If you're thinking about selling in Weston, three things will decide your final net and your timeline: mortgage rate, insurance, and your launch strategy. And here's the part most sellers miss. What worked 2 years ago can cost you months on the market today. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact approach I'm using for 2026 sellers to sell faster, negotiate smarter, and still protect the price. Hi, I'm Denice with the Dluxuss Group, and if you're a Weston homeowner or you're planning to be one, this is your 2026 playbook. Today, I'm giving you a clear, high-value guide on when to list, how to price without stale, what to prep that actually move the needle, and how to negotiate in a market where buyers are laser focused on monthly payments and insurance risk. Stay with me because the last section is the exact prep pricing launch that protects your sale price and your timeline. Let's start with the market. Because if you look online, you've probably seen data that feels contradictory. That's not you being confused. That's the platform measuring different things. For example, Redfins may show one median sell price and a longer average time to sell. Right now, Redfins Weston shows a median sales price around $820,000 and a home selling in roughly 110 days. Zillow shows a different view. An average home value around $725, down about 3.7% year over year, and homes going pending in about 61 days. So, which one is right? Both can be useful, but neither is the full answer for your house. Here's how I make decisions in Western. I don't price of one headline number. I price based on your micro market, your exact community, your model, your lot, your upgrades condition, because condition is basically a pricing lever in 2026. Your active competition, what's for sale today, what's pending, and what's the buyers are walking away from. If you take one thing from this chapter, the market is local inside local. Weston isn't one market. It's a collection of micro markets. So now let's talk about rates. Because in 2026, buyers don't shop a price tag. They shop a monthly payment. As a late January 2026 Freddie Mac weekly survey showed the average 30-year fix around 6.09%. And for forward-looking planning, Fannie Mac's outlook has projected mortgage rate ending in 2026 around 5.9%. So yes, there is a reasonable expectations that rates can improve compared to the last couple of years. But here's the catch. A quarter point change in rate can decide whether a buyer qualifies or disappears. So what do we do with that as sellers? Seller strategies that actually work in 2026. There are three levers I consider, depending on the listing and the buyer's profile. Offer a rate buy-down credit like a 2-on-1 or 1-on-0 buy-down. This can make the monthly payment feel dramatically better early on. Closing costs credit versus price reduction. Sometimes the best move is not cutting the price, it's reducing friction. If the buyer is payment sensitive, a credit can be more persuasive than a small price drop. Now, when each makes sense, if your home is getting showings but buyers hesitate at affordability, credit buy down is powerful. If your house is not getting showings at all, that's usually a pricing positioning issue first. In 2026, the best negotiation is not always lowering the price, it's lowering the buyer's friction. This is the chapter that saved deals. In Florida, a lot of the transactions don't fall apart because of the price. They fall apart because of insurance, inspection, and timing. Now, there are signs of stabilizations and adjustment. Citizens, for example, recommended rate changes for many policyholders with feeling tied to an effective period beginning in June 2026. But I want to be very direct. Even with better headlines, buyers and lenders still treat insurance as a risk factor, and it can be a kill momentum fast if you are not prepared. What sellers should do before going live, if you're listing in 2026, is to have this ready up front, like wind mitigation report, the 4-point inspection, the roof documentation, the age, the remaining life, the permits, the receipts, basic electrical and plumbing. Fix the small issues that turns into big objections. Proof of improvements, invoices, permit, warranties. Because if the buyer gets nervous about insurance and the documentation isn't there, they don't negotiate. They leave. This is the framework. If you apply this, you reduce days on the market and protect your final numbers. In Weston, buyers are picky, but they're not irrationals. They pay for homes that feel clean, cared for, and easy. Here's my curated high return of investment prep list for 2026. Fresh and neutral paint where needed, light upgrade, meaning changing your light bulbs to LED lighting, landscaping cleanup, simple decor appeal boost, selective staging, removing those 80s and 90s furniture. Not everything, but elevate your story. A real deep cleaning with a professional company, the one that the buyers feel is the house is really refreshed. Your pool needs to be refreshed if you have one. Prep isn't about making it perfect. Prep is about removing reasons for a buyer to discount you. Now, pricing, the biggest mistake I see in 2026 is seller pricing based on what they hope the market will do instead of what the market is doing this week. My pricing approach is simple. We identify your true competitive set, same community, similar model, similar condition. We look at active, pending, and recent sold. Then we choose a range and an entry point that creates urgency. Because a listing that sits become a listing buyers want to win with a discount. What if there is no traction for the next 10 to 15 days? Well, this is where the sellers either protect the sale or lose the momentum. If showings are slow, it's usually positioning and price. If showings are high but offers are weak, it's usually terms, conditions, or buyer's friction. So the adjustment depends on the problem. No ego, no guessing. Then we talk about launch, the Dluxuss approach. Don't just publish your home, position it. Now, the launch in 2026, it's not enough to put it on the market, on the MLS. You need to position it. Here's what we do at the Dluxuss style. We pre-market and build curiosity even before the first showing. And then we create a clear narrative. What makes this home the obvious choice in this micro market? A strong video, strong visuals, because buyers decide emotionally, and an open house with intention, not just balloons and a sign. It's not about posting, it's about positioning. Here's your final checklist. If you do these 4 things, you're ahead the most sellers in 2026. This is my checklist. A pricing evaluation by micro markets, a prioritized improvement plans with high return of investment, a document folder with all your permits received, roof, info, wind, 4-point mitigation, etc., and a negotiation strategy. Smart concessions that reduce buyer friction. If you want, I'll prepare a seller's strategy brief for 2026 for your home in Weston. Pricing range, prep plan, a launch strategy tailored to your neighborhood and your property's condition. Thank you for watching, and if you like this content and would you like to see more content like this, subscribe to our channel, and I hope to see you soon.